Hello everyone, this is me Payal Dutta. We are back again with another video, and today we are going to begin with the most important drama in your syllabus, that is Julius Caesar. Today we will be doing Act 1 Scene 1. So without delaying much, let us quickly start the text. So Act 1 Scene 1, where does it take place? In Rome, a street. And who is there on stage? Flavius, Marullus, and certain citizens. Now, who are Flavius and Marullus? They are the tribunes of Rome. Now, what do you mean by tribunes? By tribunes, we mean the magistrates. So, Flavius and Marullus, they were in charge of taking care of the citizens of Rome. They were the magistrates, the tribunes of Rome. So what does Flavius say? Hence, home, you ideal creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? What, know you not, being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession? So what does Flavius say? Hence, meaning go away. So where will they go away? To their homes. Home, you ideal creatures. Ideal means lazy creatures. So he is addressing the Romans and telling them that go away to your homes, get you home. Is this a holiday? So do you think today is a holiday that you are roaming about? What? Know you not? Don't you know? Being mechanical, that is because you are working class men. Mechanical means you are laborers. You ought not walk upon a labouring day. So you should not walk about in the streets of Rome on a working day. A labouring day means a working day without the sign of your profession. Sign means the symbol of your profession. So Flavius is asking the ideal creatures, the lazy creatures of Rome, the Romans who were laborers, to go and do their work. He was asking them that why are you roaming about in the streets of Rome without wearing your professional clothes, without the sign of your profession? And then he looks at one of the citizens and he asks, Speak, what trade art thou? So he is asking the first citizen, what trade do you belong to? What is your occupation? Trade means what is your occupation? What is your profession? So the first citizen says, Why, sir, a carpenter. That is, I am a carpenter, sir. Then Marullus says, Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? So, what were the signs of your profession? What was the sign of a carpenter? His leather apron and his rule. Rule means the ruler which the carpenter uses. So, the tools and clothes, these include the symbol of one's profession. So Marullus is asking the first citizen that where is your leather apron and your ruler? You don't have it. What dost thou with thy best apparel on? Best apparel means your finest clothes. So what are you doing wearing your best clothes on? Today is a labouring day. You should be working. But instead of wearing your leather apron and carrying your ruler, you have worn your finest clothes and you are roaming in the streets of Rome. And then Marullus, he spots another citizen and he asks him, You, sir, what trade are you? And so the second citizen, he replies, Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. So truly, sir, truly means well, sir, in respect of a fine workman. Fine means a workman who is very skilled. He is very skilled about his profession. So the second citizen is saying that if you compare me to a fine workman, then I am a cobbler. A cobbler means I am amateur. I am a layman, a non-specialist. A cobbler also means a person who mends shoes. So now Marullus, he is confused. He cannot understand whether the second citizen means that he is a cobbler, as in, is he a mender of shoes or is he an amateur? So Marullus, he says, "But what trade art thou? Answer me directly. That you are telling me that you are an amateur. You are not a specialist in the profession you belong to. So what is your profession? Tell me directly." Second citizen then says, "A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls." So, the second citizen, he's saying that a trade, that is a work that I do, sir, that I hope I may use. I may use means that I may practice with a safe conscience, with clear principles, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls. So the work that I do, I hope I do it with clear principles. I don't do anything wrong. I practice a good job, a fair job, which is indeed a mender of bad souls. That is, I repair souls, the soles of shoes. Here the second citizen puns on the word soles. Soles not only refer to the bottom of the shoes, but also human souls. So the second citizen is saying that whatever profession I belong to, my task is to mend human souls. My task is to mend the soles of shoes, the bottom of shoes. So then Marullus says, "What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave?" So knave means a fool. So Marullus and Flavius, they thought of themselves as someone superior to the commoners. So Marullus is talking to the second citizen and he is calling him a fool. He is saying, "What trade, what is your occupation, thou knave, you fool? Thou naughty knave." Naughty means you are a useless knave, a useless fool. What trade? What occupation? Second citizen, "Nay, I beseech you, sir." That is, I beg you. Beseech means to beg. "Be not out with me." Be not out, meaning please don't be angry with me. "Yet, if you be out, sir, I can mend you." That is, if you are angry with me, sir, then I can mend you. That is, I can repair you. So here again, he makes a pun on the word mend. The second citizen puns on the word mend. He means to say that if Marullus is angry with me, then I can repair him. I can calm him down. And if his shoes are out, that is, if his shoes are worn out, then I can mend his shoes too. So when Marullus realizes that the second citizen is saying that he can repair his character, Marullus is very annoyed. So he says, "What meanest thou by that? What do you mean that you will mend me? Mend me, thou saucy fellow?" Saucy means you're a very rude person. So what do you mean by mending me? Why do you think that I need repair? So the second citizen says, "Why, sir, cobble you?" That is, I will cobble. That is, I will repair you. Cobble means to mend. Now cobble, when you cobble something, you usually collect, you assemble things to make it one. into a whole thing. So the second citizen here, he is saying that I will collect all the characteristics that are there in you and make you a gentleman. I will cobble all your qualities and then I will improve your character. I will repair your character. Then Flavius is seeing that Marullus cannot understand what the second citizen wants to say. So Flavius interferes. He says, "Thou art a cobbler, art thou? So are you a cobbler by profession, are you?" So the second citizen says, "Truly, sir," that is, "yes, sir, all that I live by is with the all." All that I live by means all that I make my living through is with the all. All is the instrument with which the cobbler, he makes holes in shoes. So all is the sign of his profession, the sign of the cobbler's profession. I meddle with no tradesman's matters. Meddle means to interfere. So I don't interfere with any tradesman matters. Tradesman matters meaning politics. I am not into politics nor women's matters. Women's matters meaning women's affairs. So I am only concerned about my profession. I am not into politics. I am not into women. But withal I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. I am just a cobbler. What do? I mend old shoes. I am a surgeon. I am like a doctor. Doctor to who? To old shoes. When they are in great danger, when they are in very bad condition, what do? I recover them. So again here the second citizen is making a pun on the word recover. He says that when the shoes are in bad condition, what does he do? He recovers them. That is one meaning. And what is the other meaning? That if your character is bad, then I can recover them. That is, I will hide them. I will hide your flaws. That is what I do. As proper men as ever trod upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork. So he is showing that I am very good at my occupation. Why? Because all proper men means the noblemen of Rome, as ever trod means to walk, upon neat's leather, that is cow's leather, have gone upon my handiwork. So they have walked upon the shoes which I have mended. So the second citizen is saying that all the noblemen of Rome, they walk on shoes which have been mended by me. So then Flavius says, "But wherefore art not in thy shop today?" So why didn't you go to your shop today? Today is a laboring day. You have worn your best apparel and you are roaming on the streets. Why are you doing so? And why dost thou lead these men about the streets? So why are you leading the other Romans about the street? This is not something that your profession demands. So why are you doing it? So the second citizen says, "Truly, sir, wear out their shoes to get myself into more work." So here he is very sarcastic. So he says that I am doing this because I want their shoes to wear out. So once their shoes are in bad condition, I will get myself more work. So that is why I am making them walk on the streets of Rome. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. So we make holiday. So why are we roaming about? Because we make holiday. We have taken a day off from work. We have made holiday. It is not a holiday, but we have created a holiday. Why? To see Caesar, because we want to see him. We want to welcome Caesar. and to rejoice, to celebrate in his triumph, that Caesar is returning from battle victorious. Triumph means he has won the battle. Triumph means victory. So Caesar, after defeating the sons of Pompey, he is returning back to Rome. And so all the Romans, they are waiting to rejoice in his victory and to welcome him. So that is why they have taken a holiday. So Marullus says, "Wherefore rejoice? Then what is there to celebrate it?" Now you must remember that Marullus and Flavius, they were loyal to Pompey, who was the co-ruler of Rome along with Caesar. Now Pompey had been defeated by Caesar in a battle, the Battle of Pharsalus. And later what Caesar did is that he killed Pompey's sons. And after he kills Pompey's sons, he is returning to Rome. That is where this play has begun. So Marullus and Flavius, they were loyal to Pompey, and they did not want Caesar to become the king, because they knew that if Caesar becomes the king, Rome will be under dictatorship, and they did not want dictatorship in Rome. Under Pompey, they were under a republican ruler. So there was democracy in Rome. So Flavius and Marullus, they were loyal to Pompey, and they were not liking the fact that the Romans were rejoicing the victory of Caesar. So that is why Marullus is saying, what is there to celebrate? Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? So what conquest? Conquest means what gains does he bring home? What conquest is he bringing to Rome? What tributaries follow him to Rome? So after a war, the winning team, they used to force the opponent, that is the ones who have lost, to give men to them so that they could pay their taxes. So here Marullus is saying that, has Caesar conquered any man like that who can bring wealth to Rome? Could he conquer any slaves? Has he gained anything from this battle? This battle between Caesar and the sons of Pompey? To grace in captives bond his chariot wheels. Grace in captive bonds, that is, to tie the chains to a chariot of a conqueror to pay respect to him. So they used to tie the captives in the chariot wheels. So he is saying, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels. So can you tell me whether Caesar has won anything like that? Did he bring Rome any sort of money, any sort of wealth, any sort of slaves who can pay taxes? No, he couldn't do anything like that. But still you people are celebrating him. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. You blocks means you blockheads. You stones meaning you men who have no feelings. You worse than senseless things. You are worse than objects. Oh, you hard hearts, like that is, your hearts are so hard. You have no feeling in you. You cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? Don't you remember Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up the walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops. So when Pompey was the ruler, what did you do? He's reminding the Romans of the past. He is saying that when Pompey used to come victorious, what did you do? You climbed up the walls and battlements. Battlements are the castle walls. You climbed up the towers and the windows and even the chimney tops. your infants, that is your child, in your arms, and there have sat the lifelong day, that is throughout the day you waited for Pompey to come. With patient expectation, you waited for him patiently to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout? So when you saw Pompey come with his chariot, victorious, what did you do? You made an universal shout, that is a collective shout. All the Romans shouted, they cheered for Pompey. And when they cheered, what happened? That Tiber trembled underneath her bank to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores. So the Tiber river that shook, that trembled underneath her bank to hear the replication. Replication means echo. So to hear the echo of your sound, that created a vibration, and the vibration made the Tiber river tremble. It shook underneath its bank, made in her concave shores. So under her shores the echoes went and it shook from the ground, and the river, it trembled. So you see, here Marullus is saying that when Pompey entered, your universal shout, your universal cheer, your collective happiness, that was so much. But now you Romans have forgotten everything, and now you are trying to embrace Caesar. So he is reminding the Romans that you Romans have no loyalty in you. You are fickle-minded. And do you now put on your best attire and you now call out a holiday? So now what are you doing? You have put on your best clothes, and do you now call out? Call out means you have chosen, you have selected a holiday. And a holiday for what? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph of Pompey's son? So you have cut out, that is, you have chosen, you have called out a holiday. Why? To strew flowers. Strew means to toss or to shower flowers in his way, in Caesar's way, who is coming victorious. So you have taken a holiday, you have worn your best clothes. Why? Just to shower flowers in the way of Caesar, who is coming victorious in triumph over who? Over Pompey's defeated sons. Pompey's blood refers to Pompey's sons. So because of this action of yours, be gone, meaning go away. Where will they go? Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague. So he says that whatever you have done, you must regret for it. You should go to your house and fall on your knees and show that you are sorry for what you have done. You need to pray to the gods, because if you don't pray to the gods, a plague is about to come and no one will be able to spare you from that punishment. So go home, kneel down, pray to the gods to intermit, that is, to spare you. Intermit means to spare you from the upcoming plague that needs must light. Needs must light means that is sure to come. This plague will happen if you don't do as I am telling you to do. If you don't pray to the gods, then this plague will come. And why will it come? On this ingratitude, for your disloyalty towards Pompey. And then Flavius says, go, good countrymen, and for this fault means for this error of yours, for the celebration that you have come for, assemble all the poor men of your sort, assemble all the common Romans who have come to celebrate the victory of Caesar. collect them all and draw them to the Tiber banks. Draw meaning to lead them. Lead those Romans to the Tiber bank and weep your tears into the channel and cry in the Tiber bank. And how long will you cry? Till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. So, till the lowest stream, the lowest water of the Tiber river, unless and until it overflows, keep on weeping. So the lowest stream, the lowest water must kiss the most exalted shore. So it must reach the shore. The water of the Tiber river must overflow with your tears. Only then will you be able to rectify the error that you have done. So they are asking the Romans to repent for what they are doing. And now the citizens feel bad, they feel ashamed of what they are doing, and so they exit. And then Flavius instructs Marullus, see whether their base metal be not moved. So Flavius is telling Marullus that these people are so fickle-minded. I just told them that this is what is wrong, and look what they are doing. They vanished tongue-tied in their guiltiness. They vanished means they are leaving tongue-tied. They are tongue-tied. That is, they are silent. They are speechless. And they are speechless why? Because of the guilt in them. So he is telling Marullus, go you down that way towards the capital. Meaning you go to the capital that way. In the capital you have the Senate house. That is the heart of politics of Rome. So Flavius is asking Marullus to go to the Capitoline Hills where you have the Senate house. And this way will I. So I will disperse this side, you go on the other side. And what will we do? Disrobe the images. What do you mean by disrobe? Disrobe means to undress. So we will undress the statues of Caesar if you do find them decked with ceremonies. So if those statues of Caesar are decorated, what will we do? We will undress them. And Marullus says, may we do so? That is, are we allowed to do so? Because see, Caesar has just won a battle and everyone in Rome, they want to celebrate his victory. So in that moment, are we allowed to disrobe him? Can we undress him? Are we allowed to do so? You know, it is the feast of Lupercal. So that day was the 15th of February. That is the feast of Lupercal, exactly 1 month before the assassination of Caesar. So Marullus is saying that, don't you know, today is the feast of Lupercal. Lupercal was the Roman god of purification and fertility. So because it was a festive occasion, Marullus is asking, do you think it will be right for us to do something like this on a day where people are celebrating? And Flavius says, it is no matter that this festival should not stop us. It should not matter to us. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. So no statues should be there with Caesar's victory signs, his trophies. I'll about, meaning I will go about where? On the streets of Rome. And what will I do? And drive away the vulgar. The vulgar here refers to the commoners, the Romans. And Flavius will drive them away. That is, they will send them home from the streets. So do you too. He's telling Marullus that when you see people on the streets of Rome, you also send them home. Where you perceive them thick, where you see that there is a large crowd. Perceive meaning to see, where you see them thick. thick refers to a crowd of Romans. Wherever you find a crowd of Romans, send them home. Because these growing feathers, that is this growing support that Caesar is gaining from the commoners, the support of the Romans, if we don't pluck them, pluck means if we don't remove them from Caesar's wing, it will make him fly an ordinary pitch. So if we remove these supporters from Caesar, only then Caesar will fly in an ordinary height. But if we don't do this, so he is comparing Caesar to a bird who is flying too high. So if you remove the feathers from its wings, then what will happen? It won't be able to fly so high. It will fly in an ordinary height. So here Flavius says that we must remove Caesar's feathers, that is his supporters, or else what will happen to Caesar? He would soar above the view of men, that is, he would reach such heights of power, and that it would keep us all in servile fearfulness. In servile meaning, it would keep us all like servants. Like servants, we have to serve him with fearfulness, filled with fear. So Caesar here, he has been compared to a bird that is flying high. So if we don't cut his wings, we will become his servants. We will become his prey. And so Marullus and Flavius, they both depart, and they depart to send the Romans away from the streets to their houses. They leave to undress the statues of Caesar. So with this we come to an end of Act 1, Scene 1. I hope I could make you understand the entire scene in the most easiest way possible. But even then, if you have any confusion or any question regarding this scene, feel free to comment in the comment section below. I will definitely answer and I will definitely give you a response.